Hey guys, Team Pokemon here, and in today's video we're going to be using AI to create a Fakemon region. Yes, I've always wanted to create a Fakemon region, but to be honest, I'm not really good at drawing. I've tried, and it just has not ended pretty well. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But we're going to be using AI today, to help me make a Fakemon region, and I'm pretty excited, honestly. They came out pretty well, and we're going to be going over our first 15 new Pokemon, the starter lines, as well as a Route 1 bug, rodent, and bird, which I'm pretty excited about, honestly. There's a lot of stuff that I want to show you guys, and we want to make this a series on the channel. Also, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but as well, comment down below a Fakemon region name. I'm going to be choosing the best name to be the official Fakemon region name for the whole series, so make sure to comment down below a name, and yeah, let's get right into this because we've got a lot of Pokemon we're going to talk about. We're starting with Delevy. Yes, Delevy. This little grass dino Pokemon looks really, really cool, and honestly, I'm a big fan of it. It's pretty hard for me to choose between one of the three starters. I feel like all three starters look really good, but you guys let me know which starter you guys are choosing in the comments down below. But we're also going to be adding in Pokédex entries and stats, just a little bit of stats. I'm not going to go over each one in detail, just like, oh, this is its best stat, and then when we get to final evolution, the number of its highest stat. But let's talk about Delevy. Its Pokédex entry says, Delevy often forget their enormous size and try to play with Pokemon much smaller than them. This often doesn't end well. Yes, Delevy is a lot bigger than your average starter Pokemon. This thing is huge. And as you can tell, it's a grass dino Pokemon, and it's got a long neck. It's a pretty big Pokemon, you know what I mean? It's not like tiny, and it's enormous size. You know, when you're young, like for example, like, I don't know, you just forget your size sometimes, and bam, this is what happens with Delevy. Simple as that. And I find it pretty cute, and I find it, again, really hard to pick between the three starters, but let's get right into the second stage, which is Gleavor. Gleavor is the second stage of our grass starter line, and now Gleavor's Pokédex entry says, Gleavor recognizes its size, and they often use this to their advantage. Yes, now that it's gotten older, it's gotten stronger, it's gotten bigger, it's realizing, hey, I'm a big Pokemon. I can take advantage of this, and it goes ahead and does that, and that's why its Pokédex entry states that. And yeah, its highest stats are its HP stats. It's got some pretty good defense stats, but it's got a really good special attack stat. Now, both it's the first stage and the second stage. First stage and second stage, Gleavor and Delevy, they're both pure grass types, which is pretty standard, and it evolves into one of my favorite names, Tyrantreef, which is a grass dragon type with the hidden ability Intimidate, and this is just a sick Pokemon. It just looks so beefy, it looks so strong, and it's a little big dinosaur Pokemon. And let's go into its Pokédex entry. This fierce dinosaur tends to scare off most Pokemon away, but it uses this to its advantage, to keep forests healthy. Yes, this is a grass type Pokemon, so I kind of tied in the fact that it's like, you know, trying to keep the forests together and all that stuff. I feel like this is a good way to do it, and I feel like it's a pretty cool addition. Grass Dragon, it's got a really high special attack stat at 113 and a decent HP stat at 108. Not decent, really good HP stat at 108, and then some good defensive stats and an average attack stat. I feel like it's pretty strong, and it's pretty good. I mean, honestly, this thing is a menace. It's only got a 50 speed stat, though, because of its enormous size, but I feel like it just looks so cool, and I'm a big fan of it. Honestly, I think the grass starter line came out pretty well, and honestly, it's really hard to get like a fluid evolution line in AI, and I feel like I did pretty well with it. It goes pretty well together, I feel like, the three, and yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But let's get into the next Pokemon, which is the fire starter, and this is none other than Chimurl. And Chimurl, it is a Pokemon that is super fast, and it's got some pretty good attack stats. Now, the Pokédex entry for Chimurl is it often races any Pokemon that it can, even tries to race its trainer at times. Yes, this is a race Pokemon. This thing just wants to run, wants to race you, and it's pretty cute. I feel like it's a little cute fire starter, but I really like how it evolves. So let's get into the second one, which is, Chimurl is the name, by the way, and it evolves into Chiroda. Chiroda is just a savage. I feel like it just looks pretty cool. It has now harnessed the ability of fire, and its Pokédex entry says now that it can control the fire, it helps this use the fire as a boost for its races. Now, it is a fast Pokemon, like I said, and it wants to race you, but now it's even faster because it's learned how to control fire. And with it being in the second stage, its best stats are speed. It is a very fast Pokemon. It actually evolves into the fastest starter ever. We're going to talk about that in the next evolution. But it's also got a really good attack stat and special attack stat, which is pretty nice. And then middling HP, defense, and special defense. Now we get into the final stage, which is Magmarger. Magmarger. There we go. And this is the Fire Runner Pokemon. This thing looks like a savage. It's a Fire Dark type, and honestly, Magmarger, it's Magmadger. There we go. Magmarger. There we go. It has got a speed stat of 130. This thing is rapid, and it says that in its Pokedex entry, this thing is willing to race any Pokemon and any trainer, and honestly, it doesn't believe that it will ever lose. And to be honest, I don't blame it. This thing is rapid fast. This thing is so fast, and it's pretty strong, and I feel like it came out pretty cool looking. It looks pretty menacing, and it's, a little bit of a weird evolution scheme, I know, but AI is like that. Like I said, it's very hard to get a clear-cut evolution scheme, and I feel like it looks pretty cool. It's a Fire Dark type. I'm a fan of it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. But let's get right into the water starter, and we got ourselves a triple line here. Yes, all in one picture. We got ourselves Doolittle, which is the first stage. I feel like it just looks so cute. Again, it's so hard for me to pick one starter in this line, but Doolittle, I feel like is a little cute baby here, and I think it looks pretty cool. The Pokedex entry states, Doolittle often runs away from territorial disputes. It is super shy and tends to curl up into a shell for protection. I mean, it looks like a super shy Pokemon. It curls up into like a shell kind of thing, and you'll see as it evolves, it gets armor, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I feel like it's kind of cute. You guys let me know what you guys think. But then it evolves into the second stage, which is Tortimo. Tortimo tries to help its evolved form in territorial battles, but lacks the strength to truly help. Yeah, we'll talk about the final stage in a bit, but it's a very territorial Pokemon, and I feel like Tortimo is a perfect middle stage between the two, because then we go into Tortanova, and Tortanova is a water steel type. The first two are pure water, by the way. It is a sick looking Pokemon. It's very menacing, and the Pokedex entry states Tortanova, are relatively calm but are extremely territorial. These Pokemon often pick fights with even legendary Pokemon if their area is messed with. Yeah, this thing is super strong. Now, I said like the other abilities I forgot to mention, by the way. Speed Boost is the ability for the Fire Starter, the final stage. This one, it actually has a new ability called Solid Steel. Now, Solid Steel is just because it has such an armor defense. I felt like it's got basically half of what Rocky Helmet does. So Rocky Helmet does 1/6 damage, I believe. So this does 1/12 damage, recoil damage per physical hit. So if there's a Pokemon that's physically hitting it, it's going to hurt itself because it's Solid Steel. Now, its best stats are its attack, defense, and special attack stats, with its attack being 109, defense being 113, and its special attack being 113. Three very high stats, and then HP, special defense is decent, and then it's got a really low speed stat. So we got two really slow starters and a really fast starter, but some pretty cool options nonetheless. You guys let me know which one you guys are picking in the comments down below, and let's get right in to the Route 1 Rodent. Now, again, I'm pretty excited to show you guys all these Pokemon. You guys let me know what you guys think of them in the comments down below, and be honest. But we got ourselves our Route 1 Rodent, which is this one right here, Todobi. And Todobi's a little cute normal type. I feel like it's pretty cute. And Todobi are often found in groups, and like their evolution, are usually linked with the Easter holiday. Now, this kind of fits because Easter's this weekend, so I felt like this was like the perfect Pokemon for it. And it's got a little cute egg, and it's got a very high HP stat, and then just middling stats all the way down. But I feel like it's a pretty cute Pokemon. And by the way, if you guys want to see shiny variants for these, let me know in the comments down below. It's kind of hard to get them, but if you guys want to see them, I'll work hard to get them, and you guys let me know again if you want to see them. But we go right into the second stage, which is Chocatodo, Chocatodo, however you want to call it. But it's got a brand new ability, but out of design, I think it looks pretty cute. It's a pretty clear evolution. I feel like this one, again, it's hard to get clear evolutions with AI. I think we did pretty good with this one. And again, it's often linked with Easter, but its Pokedex entry Pokedex entry is Chocatodo are often confused with being the Easter Bunny. This misconception often leads to them being celebrated during the holiday. Yes, I mean, I feel like it just had to be linked with Easter. I feel like it's almost like a disservice to do so. And it's got a really high HP stat at 125, and it's got a new ability. Its new ability, called Chocolate Disguise, is goes like this. Basically, the first hit takes only 1 HP off, so just like the disguise ability for Mimikyu, but it also is now immune to health gaining moves. So this means stuff like Mega Drain, Draining Kiss. You cannot hit it with these moves because of its chocolate disguise. I feel like it's a pretty cool ability on such like an early route Pokemon. I feel like it could make it semi-useful. It only has a base stat total of 420, so I know it's pretty low, but that's usually what the Route 1 rodent looks like. So now we're going to get into our Pika clone, our first Pika clone of this region. We're probably going to have 2, but let's talk about none other than Electaru. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Electaru. I feel like it's a cute little Pokemon here. It's an electric flying mouse Pokemon. I feel like it's pretty cute. It's an electric flying type. I forgot to say, by the way, Chocotodo is only a normal type, not a normal fairy. I was considering that. If you guys think I should change that, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, we got ourselves the electric flying Pokemon, Electaru. I feel like it's a pretty cute Pokemon. It's got some pretty average stats, but a very high speed stat at 115. But it's also got a 95 special attack and then 55 HP. It's like, you know, it's middling stats. It has a total base stat total of 445, but its Pokédex entry says Electaru are one of the most playful Pokemon in the Pokemon world. They often show off their great speed in races against any Pokemon trainers. Despite its small size, it still always wins. Yes, it takes on even trainers, not even Pokemon. Now, you know, we got Pokemon that's gonna want to race it, you know what I mean? But with this one, I feel like it's a cute little Pokemon. It's a Pika clone, and I feel like it came out pretty well. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you're putting this on your team. But now let's get into the Route 1 bird. Now, this is a 2-stage line, but we start with Gladowel. Now, Gladowel is this cute little baby bird Pokemon. I feel like it looks pretty cool, and it looks pretty clean, honestly. For an AI drawing, there's not like any like, you know, crazy stuff coming out of its head or anything. I feel like it just looks nice and clean, which is pretty cool. And its Pokédex entry states, Gladowel are often followers of its evolution Gladiahawk. We're going to talk about that in a second, but lacks the same confidence. So often they hide inside their nest until they are confident enough to fly. And yeah, this thing has the ability Run Away and Keen Eye. Now that ability changes as it evolves because it evolves into, Gladiahawk. I feel like this is a pretty cool Route 1 bird. I feel like it looks pretty cool. And this is the Fierce Owl Pokemon. I feel like it looks clean. But you guys let me know. But here's the Pokedex entry. Gladiahawk are often mistaken for hawks due to their confidence and bravery. They often show off their incredible strength just for fun. Now it has the abilities Intimidate and Keen Eye. Now the Keen Eye is usually a Route 1 bird ability regardless almost, but it's got some pretty decent stats with a base stat total of 45, which is pretty high for a Route 1 bird, I feel like, but it's got 90 HP, 100 attack, and then 80 defense and special attack and speed. So it's pretty good overall. Its special defense is its worst stat, but overall it's pretty good, and I feel like it's a pretty cool looking Pokemon. I feel like it does look pretty confident, which is nice, and it's kind of like the whole point of its thing. Now we move on to the Route 1 bug, and this one might be one of my favorites of the whole region so far. I'm definitely picking this one up on the team. So you guys let me know if you are, but we got ourselves none other than Stellabug. Stellabug is the bug steel type, and it kind of looks like a regional Sableye, but it is not. It uses that as a disguise, and it does evolve into a branch evolution. We're going to talk about that. But it is a bug steel type, and its Pokédex entry says, Stellabug often fight one another for the fun of it. These fights can often be seen inside the forest of this region. Now, yeah, they are fighters. They're like, hey, I want the smoke. I do not care. And that does show in its evolution very soon. But it's got some pretty decent stats with a base stat total of 325, but it does evolve into 2 separate Evos, which is some of the strongest Route 1 bug Pokemon you have ever seen, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But you guys let me know what you guys think of this. I feel like it looks super clean. But then we get into one of my favorite names, Bufferoid. We got Bufferoid. It is a buff Pokemon, and this is the bug steel evolution of Stellabug. There we go. I completely forgot the name for a second. Quick keyword Bufferoid. But yeah, this is the buff evolution, and its name comes from buff and steroid, which I found kind of funny. Bufferoid. But its Pokédex entry says Bufferoid may be slow, but if they catch you, they can deal some serious damage. And that is very, very true. As an attack stat of 120, an HP stat of 110, but it's got a speed stat of 40. It's slow. Let's be honest, it's slow, but it is bulky, it is strong, and it looks super, super cool. A base stat total of 500 is no joke. One of the best Route 1 bugs you'll ever catch, and that's why I wanted to make it like that, because it just looks so cool. Now, its stats are aligned in a certain way, where it's actually the other branch evolution has the same stats, just ordered in different areas, which I find pretty cool. So let's get into the other evolution, which is Stellavire. Stellavire is just more of a flyer type Pokemon, so this is a bug flying type. So you go from, you either have the choice of a bug steel or bug flying type. You need a metal coat, by the way, for the Bufferoid, but for Stellavire, you just need to know Aerial Ace and use it 5 times. Now, we got ourselves a Stellavire, which is Pokedex entry is, Stellavire can reach speeds of 100 miles per hour in flight and often take on anything in a race, especially Bufferoid. It wants to show off its speed against Bufferoid, right? It's like, hey, you're slow, and I know it, right? So we have 3 very, very fast Pokemon to start this region, and some very, very slow Pokemon to start this region, which I find kind of cool. It's kind of like an up and down. I like very fast Pokemon, and I like bulky Pokemon. So in the middle is kind of hard for me to make, but you know, it is what it is. But we got ourselves 120 speed for Stellavire. Now, like I said, the 120 attack stat for Bufferoid, it's just ordered in a different area. So something like it's 105. It's 110 HP. It's put at 110 attack for Stellavire, right? So stuff like that, it's just ordered in a different area. It's 105 special attack is what the 105 defense for Bufferoid, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that, but it only has a 50 HP stat, so this thing's a little bit more frail than Bufferoid, obviously, as you can tell. Let's just be honest there. But it's also got just a 40 special defense stat, which is also pretty low. But besides that, I feel like it looks pretty cool. It looks like it could just be flying around like I wanted it to. And I feel like both of them are just good options. And honestly, though, I think I would go with Bufferoid because I just find it so cool. It kind of looks like a Steel Beware if you really look at it. But I find it really, really cool. And I think it came out really, really good. And you guys let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. Personally, again, I'm a big fan of the first stage and Bufferoid. I think Bufferoid right now would be on the team for sure. And I think, the starters are really hard. But I think as of right now, I would probably go with the fire starter. It's between the fire and grass starter for me, but they're all so good. So I wouldn't complain with any of you guys if you guys, pick a certain starter. But you guys let me know which Pokemon are you bringing with you. I'm going to show off Bufferoid again because I just love Bufferoid. I love the name. Quick keyword Bufferoid. And you guys let me know again what you guys think of the region in the comments down below. Do you guys want to see more videos just like this? I feel like this is a cool little series to add to the channel. And don't forget to comment down below a Fakemon region name because I'm going to be picking one of your Fakemon region names to be the official name for the Fakemon region for the whole series. So make sure to comment that down below. And again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.